Welcome back, everyone, to another Bleak Rides. This week on the channel, we're going to talk about some Kawasaki news. We're going to take a short ride out east. Spoiler alert, the camera dies on the way. So I'm going to chop, cut, and screw some content back and forth together using some 360 footage and the footage I shot. But, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm your host, the Ghost with the Most, Bleak. If you haven't already, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe, and if you want to stay up to date on all things Bleak Out, make sure you also ding that bell. You want to hit all, get all the notifications. You don't want to miss nothing. That bell is your friend. Today, we find ourselves on Sunday, the day before Labor Day. Gonna head with my buddy, White Ninja, out east to pick up some honey for a project he has. The real good stuff, delicious. I don't know if he's gonna bake with it or he's just gonna eat it raw, but it's gonna be honey of such high quality you can do either. Anyway, enough about the bees products. Let's talk about this Kawasaki news. Well, anyone who's been following the green energy stuff knows that in 2035, the United States hopes to begin phasing out in a big way the use of fossil fuels and stopping the building of ICE engines, internal combustion engines. And coincidentally, some of the bigger manufacturers have made promises to follow suit and phase out internal combustion engines. Kawasaki really took their time in getting into the game, but this past year they had two new VIN filings. One for an e-bike, or electric motorcycle, and one for a hybrid motorcycle, half electric, half internal combustion engine, but all Kawasaki. Reliable, dependable, middle of the road, cheap. And I rode an e-bike and actually then watched some reviews that just ripped apart everything I thought I knew about it. That's one of the issues with reviews. They're awfully subjective. I had a great time on the e-bike I rode. Other people seem to hate it. Kawasaki getting into the mix is really pretty cool because, everything I've messed with from them has been really nice. My buddy's Ninja, my Z, as far as the build quality of the concourse that I own goes, it's very nice, minus the blown motor. Knowing that they'll be bringing out an e-bike and actually bringing some competition to other builders, like Harley, like Zero, people out there doing the different electric builds, it means a lot. It means to me that they're going to be around. They're wanting to stay competitive in this market, and their initial offering should be, when brought to market, a really solid platform. There's been enough of this technology around for long enough that they can't go too far off the reservation, they can't be too bad. I'll definitely have to do a demo day. That's something to really look forward to. But I always come back to the same issue with these electric bikes. For a person like myself, who likes to go long distances, who likes to tour, as they say, what does the electric bike hold? As far as I'm to understand it, nothing, because the battery technology is not there in order for the bike to go the distances I would need it to go to be enjoyous and practical. and built around the utility of the need. Now, maybe we're about to have some great battery breakthrough, or some kind of supercharging, or maybe the hybrid is the way to go. Some of the bigger bikes, they can hold a lot more weight. But it's kind of a scary time at the same time to be a two-wheel enthusiast, because what if it's a signal that our days are numbered, that the days of long-distance riding and that sort of movement by people around the country is coming to an end. I mean, they say we're all going to have to make sacrifices to make this green plan work. Sacrifices on the two-wheel community, maybe that this becomes an around-town kind of platform. The spirit of finding yourself out on the road, or building camaraderie with brothers and sisters, like-minded individuals, is fading away into obscurity. And it scares me. It does. I find shaken by the very notion that something I now feel so passionately, deeply about, could be in its final days. And what with Teslas running motorcyclists over to confirm fatalities? It's a driver assist, not an autopilot program. We still have a long way to go in the adoption of this technology. I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below. What your thoughts on some of this stuff are. I'd love to hear what some of the people much brighter than myself think about the long-term adaptation of these electric bikes. I see people doing reviews on them. Some of you guys know how I feel about reviews. As an adult, you should be able to decide your own mind. And what you experience may not be what I experience. I like people who rep quality products. People who rep quality products usually tell you so. Hey, in my opinion, I think this is a quality product. They're not trying to sell you on the amazing leather or the new whatever it might be. Well, there's a lot of people out there much brighter than myself who could probably fill in a lot of stuff about this. And I hope someone chimes in or makes a video that follows up on some of what I'm thinking. Because the idea of not being able to tour, to not experience the freedom I've grown to love, of just hopping on the bike and being able to go. And even now with inflation and everything that's going on, a cheap tank of gas is a cheap tank of gas. I don't care who you are or what political party you subscribe to. Can't we all get behind a cheap tank of gas? What's the future hold? This has been your host, Bleak Rides, wanting to bring a little news to you about the electric market. I want to thank you all for coming along with me as always. I'd say cheers to you all. Everybody means the most to me. But please, leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts on where e-bikes are taking us in the future. And if you stick around, you might just be able to have a beer with me. But that's all I got for you guys. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Had some food for thought. We'll see you on the next one. Bleak Rides, out.